පොඩ ටයිම් එකක් ඉස්සරහ 15 to 20 minutes loss morning. හරි දැන් අපි start කරමු. So today mainly I'm going to focus on vectors. Like last week we completed theory and practical part of traveling microscope, right? So I think now we have a good idea about how the instrument is working, and then what are the main parts and their functions. And also now you must be able to get a rating, especially how to measure the internal diameter of the capillary tube. Then steps then how to obtain readings for internal and external diameters of a soft rubber tube. Right? Those are the things we have discussed in our last week class. Right? So today mainly we're going to talk about the vectors lesson. Right? I think last week there was no time left to discuss this part, right? So I can Satya Khalid තමයි අපි එක කතා කරේ last week අපිට ඔය vectors වලින් නේද? ඕනලා හිටියේ vectors ටික අපි අයින් කරලා හිටියේ. ඒ චුට්ටක් අපි පොඩි briefing එකක් කරමු. So what we have learned in vectors up to now, right? මොනවද කතා කරලා තියෙන්නේ? First day part එක ඕනේ what is vector එක මොනවද ඕනේ, right? So if you remember part I think at the end of the class, we came up to here. We have obtained an expression using the parallelogram theorem of vectors. And you remember that expression, the resultant of two vectors. The resultant of two vectors P and Q is given by this expression. 2pq cos theta square root. Right? If the two vectors are P and Q and the angle between the two vectors is theta, then the resultant of these two vectors are given by this expression. And what is the angle subtended by or angle made by this resultant vector with the vector P? What is the expression we have obtained for alpha? Can you remember that? Tan alpha. What is tan alpha? In terms of Q, P and theta. Q sin theta over P plus Q cos theta. Right? Tangent value of alpha is given by this expression. Then thereafter, we discuss some special cases when theta equals 0. When theta equals 0, the resultant is given by the addition of the magnitudes of two vectors. R is equal to P plus Q. When theta is 90, that is a special case. R is given by P square plus Q square square root. And the alpha, tangent value of alpha is given by Q over P. When theta equals 180, R is the difference, R equal to the difference of the two vectors. Right? These are the special cases. And after that, we did work out some example questions and I gave you some homeworks. Mark homeworks return correct. These are homeworks right? So homeworks answers starting from question number 1. Now do homeworks are done. another way. Question number 1. Question number 1. So what are the parts we covered in the class? So we did part C, part A we did. Yes or no? Question number 1, part A. Kara me? Yes or no? Alright, part A. Starting from part. Question number A. So question number 1, part A. So this is the vector system. Very simple one. Right? So here's the system of vectors. There are 5 vectors. A, B, C, D. A, B, C, D. Right. So what is the resultant? So this is how you must get the resultant. So add these 5 vectors geometrically. So first we need to start from the point A. So first of all we need to add these 2 vectors. So we add vector AB and vector BC. To that we need to add vector AC plus, and also you can add these 2 vectors directly using vector triangle theorem. Vector AB plus BC. AB plus BC. So by the triangle theorem, AB plus BC, the resultant is AC. We have another AC here. We use triangle theorem for these 2. AD plus BC also AC. So answer is 3AC. 3AC. Part B. Part B में करा था फिर So what is the answer to part B? 4AC. Is it 4AC? No. 4AC. How to make a You want it? Break it up. Yes, 4AC. No. How to get 4AC? You didn't. Right, let's see. Why? I'm going to try it out. Try it out. You have said. Itu एक स्टेप का होता है 3 वेक्टर्स है එම කරන්න එපා විසඳනවා කියලා ඒක තනියම රිලීස් කරන්න එපා right මේ බලන්න how many vectors vector A D. So this side represent vector AD, this represent vector DC, and this side is AE. This AC side represent vector 2EC. एक EC ने 2AC තමයි represent කරන්නේ. So vector BE and with vector 2AB represented by AB side of this parallelogram and BC. Right. So we can add these vectors. Let's add this. Resultant is first I am going to add 2AB to BC here, right? 2AB plus BC. Right now these 2 completed. Then another, here we have Right. BE, you have BE vector here and another 2EC here. BE plus 2EC, these two completed, and there's another AE vector there, AE. And also we have left two vectors which are AD and DC. AD and DC. Right. Then we have 2AB plus BC. So what is 2AB plus BC? Is it 2AC? 2AB plus BC? No, you can't add them like that. So 2AB means you can expand it. 2AB means AB plus BC. AB plus BC. Right? AB plus AB. 2AB is AB plus AB. I'm expand another BC here. BC connecting up. Then BE, write it as BE. Now expand this to EC. 2EC expand EC plus EC. And AE plus AD EC. Now use vector triangle theorem. You can't add AB. Now AB add back. Keep that AB without touching. AB plus BC. AB plus BC. AC. And BE plus EC. BE plus EC. Use vector triangle theorem. BE plus EC is BC. Right. So I'm going to interchange this position of these two. I'm going to write it as AE plus EC. Doesn't matter. So vectors obey communicative law. So you can swap the vectors. When the position one EC plus AE is same as AE plus EC. EC plus AE is the same result that AE plus EC gives. So AD plus BC is AC. Now take this AB and BC together. AB plus BC. Another AC here. AE plus EC, it is AC. Another AC there. AB plus BC, AC. So how many ACs are there? 4. So we have 2, they have 4. So we have 4 AC. So this is how we get 4 AC is the answer. 4 AC is the answer. Please. Right now, we are going to look at it. You got the answer. Poesia. Right. Next question of part C. part D. Part D. No. Part D करेगा तो नहीं. And part D. Right. So where do we going to start from where? What is the best question? Best point to start the array vectors? Because मुझे पता है मैं arrows को तो उसको start लगा दिया ना मैं A. Right. So let's start from A. And I'm going to take this group. Then make it first, right? मुझे पे AB vector कर दिया ना AB plus BC. Then add CD. Then after DE. Then add EF to it. And there's another A. Right? So while looking at the pattern, AB to BC, AC, AB plus BC, AC, AC plus CD, AC plus CD, AD, AD plus DE, AE, AE plus EF, AF, AF plus AF, 2AF. So answer is 2AF. 2AF. Answer is 2AF. By part E, we did it here. Part E, no. Correct? Correct. Part E. B, D, A, E, C, So you can get the answer by looking at the figure. Okay. So what is the answer? Would be 2GF, right? So here this vector system start from G, GB plus PD, GB plus PD. I'm going to take this without writing. But at GB to BD, what is resultant? GD. Then add GD to DA, resultant is GA. GA add karna GE, resultant is GE. GA plus AE is GE. GE plus EC, GC. Right? GC plus CF, GF. Right? The resultant of all these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 vectors is GF. Right? This is the starting point of the vector system. This is the end point. So resultant is in between the starting point and resultant would be in between the starting point and end point of the vector system. So join starting point and end point. Right? The arrow must be in the opposite order. Arrow again opposite order. When we make the system again, resultant is GF. Right? There are another three vectors to add. GD plus BE. GE. That GE plus EF, another GF. So GF plus GF is 2GF. So answer is 2GF. හරි මේ බලන්න ඔයා මෙහෙම ඉතින් පටන් ගන්නවා මෙහෙම යන arrows ටිකේ යන්න. මේ arrows ටික එකම code එකට යන්නේ. මෙහෙම ගිහිල්ලා මේ arrows ටික මෙතනින් ඉවර කරනවා. result එක තියෙනකොට end point starting point එක end point එකයි join කරන line එක result. Arrow is opposite order එක තමයි arrow එකේ direction එක තියෙන්නේ. මේ arrows එක මේ order එක. Opposite order එක තමයි arrow එකේ direction එක. So it is from G to F. GF. And the addition of these three vectors also GD plus DE plus EF is also GF. So 2GF is the answer. Right? So finally, part F. Pentagon එකක් තියෙන්නේ pentagon එක. Right. So look at this. So what is the resultant of these 5 vectors? AB plus BC plus CD plus DE plus EA 0. Okay. After drawing the polygon, the after 5 vectors, the polygon has completed. So AB plus BC plus CD plus DE plus EA. Again, it has come to the A. Starting point to arrival vectors, starting point to arrival. So therefore, the resultant of these 6 vectors is 0. And only remaining vector is AC. So that is the resultant. The resultant is AC. Remaining vector is AC. The resultant is AC. Right. Okay. Then we go to question number 2. Question number 2, part 1, part A. Question number 2, part A. Two vectors P and Q are inclined at an angle alpha. R is their resultant. Solve the following. So what is the answer for part A? 5.2. Is it 5.2? R. R indicator. 5.2. Part A. Plus. Mark करने की बात. Question number 2, part A. Hello, what is the answer? 25. Is it 25? I have, well, there's a debate there. The Mama Degala Body. Question number 2, part A. P is 24, Q is 7, alpha is 90. This alpha means this is the theta, the angle between two vectors. So R is given by P squared plus Q squared. Since alpha 90, you can use this expression. 2p cos theta term is 0 because alpha is 90, cos 90 is 0. So p square is 24 square, q square is 7 square. 24 square is 576. 49. Sum is 625. The answer is 25. Right? This is the correct answer. 25 is the correct answer. So you got 625 here. You got 625. Right. You got 6. Right, part B. 5.2. So part B answer is that 5.2. 5.2 then. Agree. 5.2 and that. Part C 13. 13. 13 then on. By part D, answer is that 7.8 root 61. Answer is root 61. 7.8. 7.8. 1, right. Yes. Part D. Part D is root 61 is the answer. D. Sorry. Part C answer is 13. 13. Answer is 13. Square root of 169 is. Yeah, P is 7, Q is 8. So 7 squared plus 8 squared plus 2 into 7 into 8 plus cos 60. Cos 60 how? It is 30. Huh? Right. So part E, alpha is 60. Alpha is 60. So part E, alpha is 60. Yes? Oli? I think got it. Do it. But part E, about. Right, P is 3. P is 3. Q is 5. R is 7. Right. So this is the expression P squared plus Q squared 2PQ cos theta square root. P is 3 squared. Q is 5 squared. 2 P is 3. Q 5 cosine alpha. R is 7. So in order to remove the square root, square both sides, 7 squared is 49, 3 squared is 9, 5 squared 25, 15 into 2 is 30, cos alpha. 25 plus 9 is 34, bring that 34 into the other side. So 49 minus 34 equal 30 cos alpha. This is 50, 15. 15 divided by 30 is the cos alpha. So this is half. The cos alpha half when angle alpha is 60. So alpha is 60. Finally, part F. We did it here. Part F. Yes or no? Part F. No. Answer for the part F is it 22.47 root 505 square root of 505. No, 22.47. Part F. P is 30, Q is 40, alpha is sine inverse 12 over 13. So they have given the value of alpha as a inverse of sine. So this means sine alpha is 12 over 13. Right? So our expression R equals P squared Q squared P squared plus Q squared plus 2PQ cos alpha. So then we need to find out the value of cos alpha. But they have given the value of sin alpha. So how you obtain cos alpha value from this one? There are two methods you can use the trigonometric equation, or either you can draw a right angle triangle. Define alpha. Right, suppose this is the alpha. So sine value of alpha is 12 over 13. So the opposite side is 12. Hypotenuse is 30. That will give you the 12 over 13 as sine alpha. Then the adjacent side will be 12, 13. This is a this must be a Pythagoras refracted angle value. So what is the value of this adjacent side? The range is 5. So now you can get cos alpha value. Cos alpha is adjacent side over 5 over 13. So P is 13, Q 14 square, 2 into 13 times 14. Cos alpha is 5 over 13. Take a 169, you know. This is 196. 13, 13 cancel, you know. 14 times 5, 70. 17 to 2, 140. Finally, R is square root of 505. Simplify this, the answer will be 22.47. Okay. 22.47. Okay. So don't give answers as square roots. Mark somewhere. You need to simplify and express it to two decimal points. Decimal points they can be. Right. Finally, well, part G. G. What is the value of Q? Is it 3? 3. 3. Right. I think the third question we did it in the class. Is it that in a 90 level 8 but in a 30 is not. In a 30 with the like two forces of each with magnitude F at an angle theta inclined to each other. Capital R is their resultant. Find R when theta is 0. So two forces, both the forces are equal in magnitudes. Angle is theta. So what is the resultant when R is theta is 0? Which means direction of both the forces are same. Both the forces are acting in the same direction. Theta is 0. So what is the resultant? Resultant is the sum of the magnitudes of two vectors, two forces, right? So F plus F, 2F. 2F will be the resultant. When theta equals 30, use this expression. R equals P and Q both F. P square is F square. Q square is F square. 2F cos 30 square root of 2F square, another 2F square. Cos 30 is root 3 over 2. Make a bit. Remove. So answer is 2F square plus root 3F square root. So F squared is a common factor, 2 plus root 3. So get this F squared out. F squared like F square root square root of 2 plus root 3. 2 plus root 3 is 1.73. So answer is square root of 3.73 times F. Make a square root value. 3.73 times F. What is the value of square root of 3.73? Isn't 1 point again. Square root of 3.73. 1.93. 1.93. So the answer for this 1.93 F. But when theta is 90, very simple. Theta is 90, R is given by P square plus Q square. Take up F में F square plus F square. 2F square square root. Root 2 times F. Root 2 is 1.414. F. Theta is 120. R equals F square plus F square 2 P and Q get F1 plus 120. This is 2F square plus 2F square. So what is plus 1 value of plus 120? Plus 120 here. Minus half. Minus half. Minus half. The way my tutor make cancel whenever. So 2F square minus F square deduct. So it is the square root of S square, F square. R equal F. Answer is R equal F. But when theta is 180, which means both the forces are opposite in direction. Right? F and F opposite. Angle is 180. So resultant is 0. Resultant is 0. Right. Look at the question number 8. Question number 4. Question number 5 5. 4 is simple नहीं है तो 4 के दिए हैं forces निकल दिया वाला ना value कोई पैटर्न ये पैटर्न ना result निकल दिए हैं. For example, part A F1000 F2 is 1500, right? The resultant is towards the F2 force. F2 force के पैटर्न दिए हैं to the right, नहीं ना F2 is to the left. Resultant is 500. 1500 के 1000 आउट कराना. It is simple. लेकिन क्या आउट कराना दिए आउट कराना. Question number 5 वाला. Right. 3P and 5P are two forces acted on object 60 angle to each other. Find the resultant. Something around it. Right. One force is 3P, the other one is 5P. Two 3P times 5P cos 60. 3P square is 9P square. 5P square 25P square. So then now 15P square times 2. 30P square cos 60 is half. 25 plus 9P square is 34P square and 15P square. The resultant is 49P square. The answer is 7p. Answer is 7p. And the answer is 7p. Question number 8. Who got the answer for the question number 8? Anyone there? Done. Question number 8. Answer. No. Right. Right. No. Right. So look at the question number 8. As shown in figure, two vector quantities f1 and f2 of magnitude p, each are inclined at an angle theta to each other. Find the magnitudes f1 plus f2, that means addition of the two vectors, and f1 minus f2, that is the difference of two vectors, right? So this is about the addition and difference of two vectors, right? So we know how to add two vectors, but we don't know how to get the difference of two vectors, right? So look at it. So we can use vector parallelogram theorem or vector parallelogram law to also get the difference of or the subtraction of two vectors. Not only addition, by using vector parallelogram law, we can get the subtraction of two vectors, right? So see how this will be done, right? So suppose we have two vectors P and Q, right? The angle between the two vectors is theta. So this is the force. So vector parallelogram related to P and Q. So we represent vector P by a side AB and vector Q from side AD. So this is the vector parallelogram of these two vectors. Right, when the P and the AB, Q and right now I'm going to complete this AC diagram. AC diagram. Right? So let's complete this AC diagram. Then this AC diagram represent what? What represents this AC diagram? Result mean addition of two vectors, right? Right. So this AC diagram gives you the P plus Q. Addition of the result of the P and Q, right? So now I need to get the difference of the two vectors. Difference, which means suppose I need to get P minus Q, right? We know P plus Q is given by the diagonal AC. Now I need to get P minus Q. So P minus Q, we can think, right? We are going to, here the minus Q, I'm going to write it as this P plus negative Q. So you can think P minus Q as P plus minus Q add करना. So I'm going to write it as this as addition of two vectors. P minus Q, subtraction of P and Q is equal to P plus negative Q. If we talk about negative Q vector, right? So what is negative Q means? Negating a vector means negating a vector. Yeah, direction is opposite. Then direction is opposite. Right? So the Q is direction of Q is towards the AB direction. So then negative Q minus Q is direction of minus Q is opposite direction. So this is negative Q. So now I'm going to complete the parallelogram again. Parallelogram with I is complete there. So this is minus Q. Therefore, this one is also minus Q. Now, P, it is P. Right. So now I'm going to take this diagonal, this one, which is AB. Let's take it as D dash C dash. So AC dash diagonal. Look at this AC dash diagonal. What gives AC dash diagonal? Here we have P and Q. Make a adjacent sides there. Make a P. P represent make a minus. So AC dash diagonal gives you P minus Q. P minus Q. This is a parallelogram. Vectors meeting point I point to diagonal. So this is equal to P plus minus Q. So which is P minus Q? Vectors subtraction represent diagonal. So what can you say about diagonal AC dash and diagonal DB? What can you say about AC dash and DB diagonals? They are parallel. Yes, parallel. Yes. What else? Is AC dash diagonal and BC. Look at the sides. So, make parallelogram again. One side is P, the other one is Q. Right? Make one side is P, the other side is minus Q. Minus the magnitude is same, which means all sides are equal. Right? These two sides are equal, and also these two sides are equal. Same for these two sides. Whether they equal, whether they equal. Okay? Then what can you say about the length of these two diagonals? They must be equal. They must be equal length. So AC dash is equal to DB. The length of the diagonals are equal, and also they are parallel. They are parallel. They are parallel. Parallel equal homogeneous directions are same, which means AC dash vector is equal to DB vector. So this vector is equal to vector represented by DB. So DB diagonal represent the subtraction between the vectors. Right? The ultimate summary is when you represent two vectors by the two adjacent sides of a parallelogram. Right? This longest diagonal, length is 1. This diagonal is given the sum of the two vectors, and the shortest diagonal, this one, it gives the subtraction of two vectors. Right? Shortest diagonal gives you the subtraction of two vectors. Understood? So look at the pattern. What is direction of arrows? It is from D to B. Right? It is from D to B. So I'll write the subtraction P minus, if is that arrows from D to B, you should write the subtraction as P minus Q. P minus Q. Right? So this is the parallelogram. F1, this is F2. Like direction of the diagonal is this. So now, how you write the vector represented by this diagonal? Like F1 minus F2 or F2 minus F1. F2 minus F1. This is F2 minus F1. Right? මේ පැත්තට යන්නේ. ඒකවල මෙතන තියෙන වෙක්ටර් එකෙන් තමයි මේ ආඩු වෙන්නේ. මේ arrow එක කියන්නේ මේ පැත්තට. That means you need to subtract F1 from F2. Right? මෙහෙම වුණා නම් ඉතින් F1 F2. Now the direction is this represents F1 minus F. එබා මේ පැත්තට මෙයාගෙන් මෙයාට වෙන්න ඕනේ. arrow එක මෙහෙට එන මෙයාගෙන් මෙයාට කරන්න. දැන් මේකේ arrow එක එන්නේ මෙහෙට. මෙයාගෙන් මෙයාට වෙන්න ඕනේ. ඒක වෙනස් වෙනවා. හරි? ටක් කොහොම ඔය අපි question එකේ ඉන්න ගාම ටක් යමු MCQ එකකට මම හිතන්නේ ආයි. Fourth MCQ. Look at the fourth MCQ. MCQ. Take a following transfer with the subtraction. MCQ number 4. Let's go transfer. Right. In the parallelogram ABCD shown in figure, AC represent F1 plus F2. Is it correct? AC represent F1 plus F2. Correct or incorrect? Correct. Yes. A is correct. Right. BD represent BD. BD represent F1 minus F2. Yes or no? BD represent BD can appear in the life. BD represent F1 minus F2. No. It should be F2 minus F1. BD na? F at the D. B. So BD can main direction. It must be F2 minus F1. Sentence B is incorrect. BD represent F2 minus F1. No, also incorrect. So which of the following are correct? A only. A only correct. Right? Subtraction like arrow direction is very important. Arrow direction D to B na T minus Q. Arrow is from D to D na Q minus. Right? Make a note එක දාගෙන අපි question එකට යමු. Subtraction of two vectors. Now vector subtraction is what comes? Vector subtraction. Vector subtraction. Vector subtraction. Right. Vector subtraction is vector subtraction is the process of finding two vectors the subtraction of two vectors the subtraction of two vectors the subtraction of two vectors can be found using law of vector parallelogram. Law of vector parallelogram. Following figure shows the vector parallelogram of the two vectors P and Q. Diagonal capital AC of the parallelogram ABCD represent the addition of two vectors P and Q. It can be shown the difference of two vectors. It can be shown the difference of two vectors is represented by the diagonal DB or either BD when not for this occasion it is DB, right? Diagonal DB or BD. If you take Q minus P, it should be BD, diagonal DB or BD, right? Like finished. Correct label the points of A, B, C dash, D dash. So after all, you can write down these sentences, right? Make the diagram. So again. So diagram DB also DB of the parallelogram ABCD also represent the subtraction of the two vectors. That time after the shortest diagram लिखेंगे subtraction लिखे हुए कितने होते हैं arrow के direction का आपको लिया नहीं क्या पता पूरी बात है या कितना ले लेते ना क्या भी में आने कितना नहीं पता बेकिंग में आने बस Right. Now come back to the question. Question again. So we can use two methods to get the answer for the question number 8. Right? Question methods දෙකක් තියෙනවා. මම දෙකටම කරන්න try කරන්න. බලන්න as shown in figure two vectors f1 and f2 of magnitude p each are inclined at an angle theta to each other. Find the magnitudes f1 plus f2 and f1 minus f2. Right. So first we can use the easiest method. This is the easiest method here. So since the f1 and f2 is equal, this is the vector f1 and this is f2, which is equal to p, and it should be f1. Take a answer to f p නෙවෙයි. We say f2 is equal to f. f1 also equal to f. What that means? All these vectors are equal. All these vectors are equal. And now they ask us to get f1 f2 equal f. Like question එකේ තියෙන p කියලා. answer එකේ තියෙන f නිසා ඔක්කොම f කරලා ගත්තේ. නැත්නම් p ව කරන්නත් පුළුවන්. දැන් මට answer එක වෙනස් කරන්න තියෙන්නේ. කමන්නේ. Right. So question says find the magnitudes of f1 plus f2 and also f1 minus f2. Now tell me a way. මට මාර්ගයක් කියන්නේ මේක හදන්න. මොකද්ද කරන්න basically we can use a geometrical method. Okay? We need to complete the parallelogram. This is the parallelogram. Label it as ABCD. So how you get the f1 plus f2 from this parallelogram? f1 plus f2. क्या लगाने को हो मदद? Which diagonal? ACO, PD, AC. The length of the AC diagonal is equal to the length of this diagonal is equal to the sum of the two vectors f1 plus f2. Then how you get the f1 minus f2? From which diagonal? f1 minus f2 from this diagonal. f1 minus f2 is given by the diagonal. Make a line this one. Diagonal. Length of the BD is equal to f1 minus f2. Now the question is, how we find the length of the AC and PD? That's where your mathematics knowledge is. All your mathematics knowledge is now needed. Right? So what type of parallelogram is this? What type of? It is a rhombus. All the sides are equal. And so what is the key feature of rhombus? What can you say about the diagonals of it? They intersect perpendicularly. Then they bisect. The diagonal bisects from the intersection. Right? So this is 90, angle 90. The perpendicular comma intersect with. These two sides make up okay like up may point so this is point is O. So this BO length is equal to OB and also AO equal to OC. Right? So you can write this length AC in terms of AO and OC. Since AO equal OC, you can write it as AO plus AO. So diagonal AC is equal to AO. So now we need to find length of AO. Length of AO. Make a length of the handling. Then AO, length of AO. Whatever the work now. So what can you say about this angle? What is the value of this angle? Diagonal of AC also bisect the angle theta. Right? So this angle is half of the theta. This is theta over 2. This angle is 90. AO is the adjacent side of right angle triangle ABO. ABO is adjacent side there. Then how you define AO in terms of theta over 2? What is the trigonometric ratio we need to consider here? To get AO, with the triangle this is 90. Make a AO, make a B. This side is P. Angle is theta over 2. Now I ask you, get me this AO. What is the trigonometric ratio you need to consider? Is it tan? No. Cos. Cos theta over 2. This is the hypotenuse. Where come I adjacent side? Cos theta over 2 is AO over B. So AO equals P cos theta over 2. So AC equals 2, AO is P cos theta over 2. Then make the command. That's how make the angle cosine. So answer is 2P cos theta over 2 is the sum of the two vectors. They give sum vector 2P cos theta. Right? Same method use subtraction method 1. This is the method 1. ABCD parallelogram is a rhombus. Here we have some mathematics because these are vectors. Vectors mainly used in mathematics. So, actively make a participant made it. That's nothing beyond this. Right? Make a summary ultimate. I can also get me diagonal length of the diagonal BD. Use same method, but you will require different trigonometric ratio. Second. Answer kata? To that, yes. Second method is oh, there's a if you're mathematics, you're doing mathematics. That's why I use this method. This method is can be used understandable for while right. So in order to get the final expression, we require the trigonometric example. So, in order to get theta over 2, we need to use a trigonometric equation. I will show it right after the second answer. I will get that. Second method is the mathematics expression use करना theta over 2 you have 1 plus cos theta, something like that. To go beyond that, we require the mathematical expression. Right, right, so how we get PO? What is the trigonometric ratio we use here? Sine, yes. Sine theta over 2 is sine theta over 2 equals BO over P. So BO equals P sine theta over 2. Right? So diagonal BD is equal BO plus OD. Since BO equals OD, BD can be written as 2BO. 2BO. 2BO is P sine theta over 2. P sine theta over 2. Right. The second method is based on mathematics. So most of you can get can come to some distance, but I think most of students can't get the final answer because it requires a trigonometric equation that we doesn't mention in the physics syllabus. So this is how you need to do the method 2. Second one, you can use that expression. What expression? The one we have derived to get the resultant. This expression R equals P square plus Q square 2PQ cosine theta square root. Right? So for this question, both the P and Q are equal. And the values of P and Q are equal. Both we can take it as P. So resultant is P square plus resultant is F1 plus F2. Resultant addition F1 plus F2 is given by P square plus Q also equal to P. So 2P times P cosine theta square root. Here we have 2P squared. Again, another 2P squared cos theta. Then take 2P squared out. So we have a 1 here. 1 plus cos theta. Get the square root of this. Okay. I think all of you can get up to here. Right, from here onward is the question. So how do you simplify this? Right, if you remember that basic course tutor, I have included that trigonometric expression cos 2a. Cos 2a is equal to cos squared a minus 1. Cos 2a is equal to 2 cos squared a minus 1. Make physics sort of in air, right? Physics sort of in air. Or the make the you have to use you have to use this. Right? Here, suppose 2a is theta. 2a equals theta. So how do you write cos theta now? By looking at this, tell me how do you write cos theta? 2 cos squared. What is a? If the 2a is theta, a is theta over 2. Theta over 2 minus 1. Here you have cos theta. So 2p squared 1 plus cos theta is 2 cos squared theta over 2 minus 1 square root. So plus 1 minus 1 cancels. 2 into 2 is 4. T squared cos squared theta over 2 square root of the whole expression. So 4 squared is, square root of 4 is 2, p, square root of p squared is p, square root of cos squared theta over 2 is cos theta over 2. Alright. Now try to get f minus f2. Try to get f1 minus f2. Then how we get the f1 minus f2? f1 minus f2. How we get the f1 minus f2? They come difference second method. Right, again f1 is p, f2 is minus p in the direction of opposite. So we can get p squared plus q is minus p, q is minus p plus 2 P, QP is minus P cos theta. So minus P square is P square plus P square 2P square plus the minus minus into P minus 2P cos theta square root. Take 2P square 1 minus cos theta. Get the square root. Now we have cos 1 minus cos theta there. Need to remove this cos theta and replace by some trigonometric value of theta over 2. So can you use that expression cosine? Well, sine sin theta over 2 එකක් නෙවෙයි. එහෙනම් cos theta කියන එක නම් sin වලින් replace කරගන්න. කොහොමද ඒක replace කරන්නේ? අර cos 2a කියන එක sin වලින් express කරන්න පුළුවන්. cos 2a මේකත් මොකද දුන්නා? cos 2a is 1 minus 2 sin squared a. 2 sin squared a. So therefore cos theta is 1 minus 2 sin squared theta over 2. Right? So replace cos theta by this. Cos theta replace කරගන්න. අතන cos theta වෙනකොට 1 minus 2 sin squared theta over 2 replace කරන්න. Yes. That one? Yeah. No, you can write it directly. It's an expression. You can prove it also. Yes. So latent trigonometry we mentioned. Latent trigonometry sin theta. You wrote sin 2a as 2 sin a plus a, right? And no, you cannot be right with that. They give this figure. Cos 2a. There are 3 expressions for cos 2a. One is 2 cos square a minus 1. Right? Right? The other one is 1 minus 2 sin square a. The other one is cos square a minus sin square. The expression. So tan 2a expression. 2 tan a. Tan a plus b. Right? So did you copy the sin a plus b expression? Sin a plus b, sin a plus b plus cos a sin b. Those things. Yeah. Either economically, I will miss it. You may miss it. Because you know, make a cube take from the other name. First 2a. Answer. But 2p square 1 minus 1 2 sin square theta over 2 and the square root. So 1 minus 1 is 0. 2p square so 1 minus 1 cancel. 2 into 2 4. 4p square sin square theta over 2 square root. Answer is 2p sin theta over 2. Right? Homeworks in question number 13. Is that 13 there? 13 or 14? 13. It was me. resolve vector start karana. Right, question number 13. Question number 13 कल भी फिर नया करो. Right, exam 13 try करना. Question number 13. Question number 12 and 11. हम answers की देखना अलग ही है तो उगरण ग्रुप पे कर दाव ना अलग. Right. Question number 13. Find the angle that must exist between two forces of magnitude A plus B and A minus B, such that their resultant is A squared. Find the angle must exist between two forces of magnitude A plus B and A minus B, such that their resultant is R. So value of R is A squared plus B squared square root. One vector is A plus B. The other vector is A minus B. Right. Angle again. Find the expression R equals P squared plus Q squared 2PQ cosine theta square root theta. R is A squared plus B squared square root. P is A plus B square. Q is A minus B square. 2 P is A plus B, Q is A minus B. Substitute करना चाहिए. Cos theta square root. Right? Square both sides. तो square root side में क्या ना एक remove है ना क्या ना remove है ना तो A square plus B square करेंगे ना expand this मैं expand करा मुझे देने expand A plus B square A square plus B square plus 2AB expand A minus B square A square plus B square minus 2AB. So this is A plus B, A minus B, difference of squares. A square minus B square plus theta. So plus 2AB minus 2AB cancel. A square plus A square, 2A square, B square plus B square, 2B square equal A square plus B square plus 2A square B square cosine theta. मैंने लगा नहीं मैं कर minus 2A square minus 2B square 2A square B square A square minus B square cos theta. A square minus 2A square remain is minus A square. B square minus 2B square remain is minus B square. Like minus sign के ये लगा एक plus देना. Divide both sides from this term. Cos theta. A negative sign निकल गया लेकिन उनका क्या होगी ना? Take a negative sign from this term. Take a negative sign out from this term. Making negative sign and done. Negative drama. They are negative drama with positive sign. Negative sign negative drama. So this become B square minus A square. But negative minus B square minus minus plus A square है. Cos theta. So final answer make a positive है ना. Theta is cos inverse A square plus B square divided by 2 B square minus A square. The final answer. Right. Alright. Right, now take a break. 6:20. 6:50 start. 21.